and welcome to episode 1 of Playing in the Backyard, the behind the scenes of Slice of Life. I really hope you guys enjoy this little documentary. If you're watching this, that tells me that you saw our short film, Slice of Life. If you haven't, there's a link in the description down below, but please sit back and enjoy the making of Slice of Life, where we show you the locations, how we set up certain shots, little behind the scenes goodness, and then later in the video I'm going to talk about how I made some of the props for Slice of Life. So enjoy episode 1, behind the scenes of Slice of Life. So where did you get the idea for Slice of Life?
It was an idea I've had for quite some time. Me and a couple of buddies were tossing around some ideas for like horror short film contest that we were going to enter. And this happened to be one of the ideas, and I thought it was really cool. And originally it was supposed to have like a picnic setting. And for the sake of what we're doing here, it was easier just to set it inside of a house and make it a nice like home dinner type of thing. And I really wanted to like throw the audience and being like, oh, surprised, it's actually a horror, but then also hit the audience with the famous trope of the main character waking up to discover it was all a dream, and then we slowly pan back and it turns out it's still a horror, but now it's kind of funny. So that's kind of where that came from. Can you dim it and undim it? Like dim it and then make it not dim.
I'm paying attention.
So it's like dimmed, but then not dimmed because you're.
Are you actually playing right now? Stop.
The library.
That'd be interesting. I just put a platform down all the time so I look tall. You already know. You cute. You got that Tom Cruise height.
My family guy inside Stewie.
Yeah. Go ahead and unlock it real quick. I gotta balance this guy. Sorry.
The Inception.
Yeah.
Hi Jacob.
Hello.
Look at the camera.
Hey.
My hands are so shaky.
It's a stabilizing.
Stop recording me.
Yes.
For this guy here. So, working with Backyard Zombie has been a totally different type of film experience for me personally, because usually I am in charge, like as a director, I'm in charge of like getting the props together, getting the schedule together, getting makeup, at least designs. Sometimes I'll have some other people do it, but like, you know, it is what it is. But it's nice to have someone to actually look at that and be like, oh, that's my job. And then as a director, that's lifted off my shoulders. So now I can sort of focus a little bit more on directing the actors and working as the editor as well. And it's incredibly nice to know that that part is in really good hands. The actors have been absolutely incredible to work with. Dani, she let us use her house. Wonderful. And she was incredibly professional, and she had some ideas on how to stage some of the action that made it into the final cut, because it was wonderful and it looks and reads really well. And Jacob is one of the funniest people I've ever met in my entire life, and I'm almost a little jealous on how someone gets to be that funny, but he's wonderful to work with, and a champ. So.
Hey, this is Josh Fleming of Backyard Zombie showing you movie magic. We just stabbed her, so now I'm just doing the most mundane thing, putting blood on a sweater. Movie magic, people. Movie magic. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jacob Nash.
I'm Dani and Jacob.
And
We're playing man who murders someone? I don't know.
Yes.
Woman who gets murdered. Very unexpectedly. I thought things were going so well.
Yeah, until they weren't.
Dani, thank you so much for providing your amazing house to film in.
Thank you for being so complimentary.
Yes. And Jacob, thank you so much. You were great.
Thank you very
But
much.
Jacob, you have no whole other scene that you have to film. Are you excited about that?
Yes, I am.
Are you excited to get to know your other co-star?
Yes, I'm very excited to get to know them.
Yes. And Dani, how did it feel dying?
Exhilarating. 10 out of 10 would do again.
Yes. And anything else?
I think this is just a really good time to reflect on the relationships in your life and, you know, just check in with your partner, see what might be going wrong. You're not always on the same page and it's easy to lose track of that.
Right, I agree.
Yeah. And definitely see the red flags in his mother. You know, just look out for those.
And the red flags and stabbing people.
It's a red flag, girls.
Yeah.
So, in our short film, one of our main characters gets stabbed with a knife, so we needed a way to stab an actor without killing them. So I turned to my trunk of weapons and I picked a foam knife. It was a full knife. I'm actually going to include some pictures of how I painted the knife. And then with the help of my old man, he wanted to help, so he cut the knife down the middle, right here, or not down the middle, but on the blade, and then adding some polyurethane permablood. We just knew that when we were filming this, that it was going to be like this in the actor. And so when this is, you know, lodged in there, it looks like that knife has stabbed into me. And it's a really easy trick. They do this in real movies. So this is a really cool knife. Also, it is foam, completely foam. So that's really fun. And it's only in this short for like 2 seconds. And then we have Corpsy. Isn't she lovely? Corpsy was about a month of work on and off going from the project, knowing that she was only going to be in one scene, but I'm actually going to include some behind the scenes photos of making this. I really enjoyed it. It is directly off of and inspired from He's Crafty's video. He actually made Norma Bates from Psycho, and I took that tutorial and I just backyard zombified it, adding some resin eyes, some latex. This is a latex mask piece, some eyes I bought off Amazon. These are acrylic teeth. I'm actually going to let's bring Corpsy a little closer to the camera. These are acrylic teeth. There's a lot of hot glue just to add texture. We bought this sweater at a Goodwill and we had Dani wear it during filming, and then I took it and I just made it really dirty. So shooting chronologically helped with that because we got to see the progression of the sweater being clean to bloody to now moldy from the corpse. All this texture here is shop towels. Just Mod Podge to it, and then add some fake blood. I'm going to include the link to that tutorial down in the description. It's a really cool video if you're looking to make your own corpse. But yeah, Corpsy, on camera, she looks great. And it's just really weird holding this like kind of mutilated skeleton. And everyone had fun with her on set when they were on set, and she's a ball of fun. So we think she did a great job, and she's a fan of Backyard Zombie. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the behind the scenes, guys.
There are a handful of little things that I adore about this project because it's fun, it's short. But one of my absolute favorite things to do is to get close-up of actors and center frame the shot. Symmetry in film is usually on a textbook level a huge no-no unless you do it right, but I do it anyway. I don't know if I do it right, but it's something I kind of always do because it's just unsettling enough for the audience to feel like something is going to happen. And it's also a wonderful way to connect with the actors. So the close-ups that we have of Dani and Jacob are just wonderful, and I love them a lot. With this short film, I am using a camcorder, so the ability to smoothly zoom in and out feels great, and I love playing with that. So the final shot to me is like, that's the true money shot, but usually it's the close-ups that I die for.
That's really cool.
Oh yeah.
Ready? Dream.
Sportsbook.
I think we're. I kind of want to get some shots of what's going on.
Jacob, can you tell me how you feel about this co-star than your other co-star?
A lot easier to work with, I'd have to say.
Yeah, a lot easier.
Yeah, a lot easier. Wasn't constantly asking me to get out of her way and, you know, do all the other things, so actually pretty relaxed and
She did great.
Yeah,
she did great. The stunts were great.
Yeah, stunts were great.
It was a great rap, and she's a little moldy, but you know.
I mean, yeah, she's good. Smells great too.
Oh, this one. Yeah. She's alright. She's a little demanding.